tell you why I'm cold
Prove it.
in a minute. Why, you want to see my nipples?
Wouldn't hurt.
Yeah. It is your human thermometer, so.
Human thermometer.
How are we supposed to know the turkeys are done?
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, welcome back to another episode of 2Noobs2Boobs, and we apologize about last week because Joe and Nicole really screwed the pooch on that one.
Oh, totally.
No, it was me. It was me
Thank
crying.
you.
It was me crying through my tax processes and then
Did you finish it, by the way?
No, well, I looked at it and it was like, you owe money. I was like, what?
I don't want to do that.
I was like, I am not submitting because I'm going to go look at it again because there is just no way. And what's crazy is that last week of all weeks was when I had a tax drama and just the week was insane.
Crazy week.
It was an insane week of news and crazy shit happening throughout the world. And
girl,
I don't even know where to start.
Wow.
All right, well,
I mean, because next week is just as crazy. It's
you already have something planned?
Oh yeah, we got the
the
solar
eclipse is gonna make everyone crazy, even though it's just an eclipse.
I know it's like literally 4 minutes of darkness, and they're like, "We're."
And I'm going to tell you this:
animals.
As a woman who is within her childbearing years, my ovaries are going to explode tomorrow because of the eclipse.
The Mayans are going to come out of retirement.
Mm-hmm.
They go clearly. This is because of the Bible.
Yeah. So.
It's going across American cities, multiples.
Yeah, did you see the one?
It's gonna be crazy.
Like multiple Salems it's going across, and then that's like biblical to like
what?
Yeah, it's all crazy.
This is like 20 Salems in each.
Yeah.
Oh well, hold on. Did you also see they're talking about how we had that earthquake in New Jersey or New Jersey, New York over the week, and they're like, well, first it was the earthquake, and now we're having an eclipse. It's a sign of the second coming of Jesus, and I'm like.
Well, anyways, you guys have 40 days, is what I saw. 40 days to repent your sins. So when the rapture comes, you can be raptured. Is that the right?
What happens if we don't get raptured?
You get ruptured down on by the devil's dick.
Left below.
Choices. Yeah. It's got 40 days to figure it out.
Hail Satan.
Oh. My goodness.
This is I'm a strong Christian woman, and
I'm just joking.
Jesus, he does not speak for me.
Yeah,
that's not right. Yeah, Lord.
So before we get in there, make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, and follow. It's down there.
And then we'll talk about the elephant in the room.
What is that?
More specifically, in Nicole's room.
Oh yeah, the stereotypical. Beep. It's going off right now.
I'm sorry. I'm 5'4". My ceilings are like 300 feet high. I can only reach about so far.
And you're black.
I mean, yeah, I just happen to be.
Just stop talking every 3 seconds, and you'll be good.
And you're black.
That's not possible. I just can't. I can't reach it. I have the battery, literally right here. I just can't reach it.
Yeah.
Just, I would say just throw stuff at it until it falls down, but then you don't have to worry about it ever again.
Yeah.
Right. Really, I need Jason to come up here with his 6 foot whatever self on my little stepladder and just reach his giant man arms up there and start finagling. That's what I need. Right. It's a twisty. Yeah. So why don't you stop belly aching?
One before, but yeah, they usually twist off and you pull down. So.
Right. So why don't you stop belly aching and bring your big ass up here?
All right. Next week will be a in-person podcast.
Yeah.
At Nicole's
live stream of watching how many noobs does it take to change a battery in a fire alarm.
A smoke detector.
Just me holding the stepladder.
Just like, don't move. And you're like, stop shaking it.
So what's funny for the listeners is we were sitting here doing our little pre-show talk and we just hear it beep. And we're like, what is going on? I'm like, you are really filling the role right now. The
I'm
stereotypical role.
sorry. I can't. I'm only so big. I can only. Oh, it's so small.
Only so
I can't
big.
reach certain things.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm
All
a
right, well,
little tiny
And
woman.
you need to- this is
anytime.
this is why I question your new relationship. Since he should have been here by now and fixed that shit.
Yeah.
I did tell him, and I did ask him, and then I forgot to ask. I meant to ask him, and I forgot about it. So really, it's my fault.
Yeah. So what we'll do is every time that we hear that little alarm go off, I just use it as a marker when I'm doing the editing for the YouTube subscribe, like, and notification thing to come on. So it might be a lot this episode.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to have a bar grand opening, and I get a call from Nicole. Hey, can you go do my fire smoke detector? I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, I have 300 people in my building. I'm a little
It
busy
was-
right now.
What time was that, by the way? Was that like 5 o'clock?
It was early.
Well into the afternoon, and I was like, he's not home. He's not going to be able to help me, but I called him anyway.
You all are crazy.
Yes.
Well, at least I know where to go if I need help. Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't your building have maintenance? Or do you
No,
own that? Is it like a condo?
They're condos, so like you get individual units and stuff.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I just texted him and I'm like, mind if you come over and help me out with the smoke detector? He goes, no prob.
No prob. All right, well, that's cool. Well, anyway, so last week was a big week in the news, as we kind of mentioned at the beginning of the episode. That we went into a deep dive into Nicole's fire smoke alarm issue, right? But anyways, so I wake up to go to work, and my normal routine is to get onto the TikTok, just see what's going on, and I see a large ship crash into a bridge in Baltimore. And it's the first thing I was like, oh my God, Joe and Nicole.
We're on the bridge.
Where's Joe out there hoeing it out and coming across the bridge late, because it was like 1 a.m. But like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
And then, so we got this ship that's from another country, from Singapore, or where is it, Singapore?
Singapore, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah.
Right, that's having major issues, and you can see it lose power throughout it, and then loses its steering, which is insane to me. And being that, I've been on ships transiting through canals and openings like that, usually there's a tugboat on it to kind of help you. So
yeah,
I was kind of confused on where the tugboat was at on this event.
Yeah.
I believe it was attached. It's just since the boat lost power.
No, it was there.
I just can't remember.
It was like it was tugged out. Is that the right phrase?
Tugged out.
They're just tugging it out there.
In my
tugging it
industry,
in
we call
and
it being
out.
tugged out, but like
Right.
it was brought into the shipping lane, and then it was fine. So tugboats are like, all right, peace
They
out,
broke
and
off, yeah.
they did their job. That's fine. And then it was after that is when the ship had troubles.
Yeah. So look at that.
So like when it was like
Ripped a hole.
the angles are bad. So, but somebody found like not the aerial, like the map view. So it was in the shipping lane the whole entire time until it just had no power for the rudder. And what Jason explained to me is the torque from the engines makes it turn.
Yeah. So your rudders are controlled by hydraulic, right? So it's hydraulic driven. And if they happen to make that move, like, turn the steering wheel to make an adjustments through the lanes, because the pilots are on that ship, because every ship going through any type of area like that's going to have a pilot on board, because they are the ones that know the navigational markers and how what's the path and stuff like that. So if they would have made an adjustment on the steering and they lost power, that rudder is stuck. Right. So they have no power in there, and it doesn't give them enough time to even react, because once it starts to drive like on that path that you saw, it's in the shipping lane, loses power. You can watch the video where it's losing power multiple times. Like, it's coming on. You have most ships will have its own proportion power, right? It's either going to be steam. Well, most of it's going to be steam, right? Diesel, anything like that, right? And then if that shuts down, your emergency diesel generators will kick on, right? So your emergency diesel generators will allow you to give you enough power to have sustainability to get your main power back on, right? And if that cuts out, then you're kind of really fucked, which is not supposed to happen. So what that tells me is that they don't really have great maintenance processes, that both of their systems, their fail-safe system and their original system, failed back to back. So it's pretty odd and pretty rare for that to happen, but and then you have catastrophes like this.
Yeah, some guy on TikTok was like, I work on ships like this, and it's like the operator is different from the owner, and they're doing like the cheapest cheapest contracts. So it's like all these systems fail because they don't upkeep that. They're just doing the job.
It is 100% of, and I think I kind of mentioned this before, where you have the contractors are going to bid for a job, and then they're just going to be like, they're going to go for the lowest bid because it's cheaper
and the fastest,
and then you pay for what you get. And then on top of, you know, just the state of the economy and how much people are scraping pennies, you know, and you can also blame, I mean, look at Boeing, you know,
exactly.
I said the more we're going to have a lot more major catastrophes with transportation type items, anything where there's mechanical and it involves people, because there's the lack of training that they're not paying for, right? They're not paying for the training, they're not paying for the proper material, and they're taking shortcuts. And you're going to have more catastrophes like this, where planes are falling out of the air, tires are falling off of planes, ships crashing into bridges. I saw a video the other day of a roller coaster thing, shit falling right off of it.
Dude, you many times
carnival ride, it was spinning around and shit is flying off of
it. Never get on a carnival ride.
No,
never get on this.
They've never been, if they were ever inspected, and never. And then you mean people have been decapitated and lost limbs from roller coasters and carnival rides? Like, no thanks.
Yeah, so I just think that, like, the more everything requires maintenance, right? And people don't want to work.
No.
So that requires that, then in turns the companies to be like, well, shit, let me go with this company who does not have a stellar background, but they're underbid and they can say they can do it, right? So but the company that has a great background is paying more because they know they can do it better. It's just, we're gonna have more and more catastrophes like this.
Yeah, because like I think we all know, like especially like Nicole and I, like like when your job is to make sure all this works right, you're working against people who don't care and don't want to spend the money. And it blows my mind, like you'd rather like crack a few eggs and to like to get the job done rather than I don't know, figure out a way to do it right.
Yeah.
Right. And then like what Joe's kind of saying, and I agree with him, of course. In our field, we know how we deal with this stuff every day, right? Safety, and any kind of safety. A lot of it is inspection, making sure record keeping's up to date, making sure who's ever working on doing whatever has their record keeping's up to date. We do this every day. This is our job. And to have something like this happen, or, you know, you heard those cranes falling in New York a couple of years ago because the equipment was like broken or hadn't been inspected in, I don't know what, 5 years. And like same thing where you guys are saying, it's the cheapest and dirtiest and quickest contractors they can find will do the job, and then we'll get in and out quick, do it the cheapest, and then get it going. And then they're like, well, where are your, and they come up and do the inspections. Where's your paperwork? Where's all the things? And they're like, oh, here it is. And then a crane falls, and then you're like, well, what happened?
Right, because I was after this, and I saw like the NTSB talking on the news. I was like, let me look it up. So like I was going through some of the older like bridge failures that they've investigated, and there's one of like maybe like 2020 or 21 that they had been inspecting it the last 10 years. They're like, there's a hole in the piers, there's a hole here, there's erosion here. No one like this, their city didn't fix it. No one tried to get it fixed. No one did anything. And just year after year reporting about the same thing, pictures of the hole getting bigger until it finally collapses and like a whole busload of people go down.
That's
just like put in the work.
And like my favorite, like I don't know, and most of them like they're not gonna even like with highway roads, right? They're not gonna they like the potholes as gross as deep and as wide as they are. They're gonna keep patching, and not just and then I don't know if you just dug up the whole road, shut it down, dug up the whole road, and repave the whole thing, you can avoid all of this.
Yeah, but this thing's kind of like remind you of like those folks who come in. Why are we sending all of our tax dollars overseas when crap like this is happening?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is why, and then when you wonder people with infrastructure, this bridge collapsing, that's infrastructure. Our internet, our cable, all of our roads and highways and bridges and stuff like that. This is infrastructure. And people are like, well, where's the money? I don't know. It's being sold, or you're being worried about who's trying to rob who to do with this with her. Like, focus on the shit that's important.
Is that where is the money for it? Like, we passed this infrastructure bill.
Yeah.
But what's happening?
Right. But it's also too like
with this bridge, there's nothing, no infrastructure bill, no that thing,
right.
You have 90,000 tons of steel driving towards it. It's nothing's gonna hold that bridge up. It doesn't matter.
No.
Right. And
so,
then like
that said, there was after 9/11, there was a proposal to put bumpers around those piers.
Mm-hmm.
And Maryland was like, nah.
Yeah, we're good.
Bro, every time.
We don't need to pay for that.
Every time. They always do something. Well, here's what we should, like, again, Joe and I would suggest something, and then, like, manufacturing or operations or some other would be like, I don't know if it's worth the time or the money.
Not in the budget right now.
Right. Maybe we can wait till next year. How bad is it? How long is it going to be? How long is it going to take to get bad? It's bad, but how long is it going to take to get worse? I don't know. Maybe, like, and then how our timing works, it's, I don't know, maybe in 6 to 8 months, it might not be as strong as it would be. Okay, well, wait, we'll worry about it in 6 to 8 months.
But
every time.
I just want to thank the NTSB for this footage. Shout out.
Yay! Love you, mean it.
But it's like I'm watching these videos of the bridge, and I feel like I'm playing Cities Skylines because like you're looking down on this, but like that's a 4-lane highway.
Oh
yeah, it's a
like
lot, and
room on your side, but it looks so tiny, so you don't even think of the scale. And they're like, "Oh, just pick it up and move it."
Oh, it's tons. Like we have, so for like my job, we have divers that might have to that we use for our work. They told me on Friday, like we might have to go to Baltimore. I was like, "Oh, you son of a bitches," you know. But yeah, and they just sent like the largest crane that was on the East Coast from here down or up there. So this is gonna be months. It's gonna be months to get this all cleared out, and you know, it'll be years before that bridge gets back up. But
the worst part too, I thought about the weather's starting to get warm. Of course, this would happen right before the warm weather when a lot of our touristy stuff happens. Festivals are happening and stuff like that in this area, and it's going to be the remaining major highways are going to be jam-packed.
Oh yeah. And
I'm already hearing people having issues going around.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, well, I take 95 every day to get to and from work, and trying to get home after between the hours of like 4 and 5 o'clock, which was already not great, is 100. It's like maybe 10 times worse right now. And then I realized I can see I didn't realize until now that I can actually see that bridge from, like, you actually, if you're higher up enough, like in the Canton area of Baltimore, you can definitely just see.
Yeah.
It's right there.
It is wild.
It's not far.
I wonder if that crew is still on there. They get them off.
No, they got them off. I'm sure that was like day off. They're gone. And they were all fine.
Well, yeah.
Right.
I'm pretty sure if like the windows in my attic were like 3 foot taller, I could probably see all this.
Can't see why you wouldn't be able to. You live right there.
I'm 3 miles.
Right.
I'm 3 nautical miles from.
Right. That's why I asked you if you could hear anything, because I know it was at like 1:30 in the morning and we're all, old and asleep, but I just figured.
Yeah, I can't believe like just that's insane though. But not only do we have bridges falling, we have empires falling too.
Girl,
empires are falling.
This is the kind of stuff I like. This is the stuff I like.
Yes. Crazy shit the past
Crazy
week.
shit.
Where P-Diddy
Oh,
is on the run. And I don't know if I know it's kind of old news and everybody's been like watching it, but the amount, I'm kind of glad that we didn't like do that episode last week because we kind of let the puzzle pieces fall a little bit.
True. No, you're right.
Because now, I mean, he's like, there's been rumors he's down in Miami, he's down in this island. You got 50 Cent over here trying to make some documentary about this whole shindig. 50
I
Cent,
know, I saw that.
all the videos that like have come out, like it's insane. And I'm kind of curious because they're saying he's the West Coast Jeffrey Epstein, right?
Yeah.
What is going to come of it? Because his house had every room had hidden cameras in it. And all those recordings of all the celebrities, all the politicians, everybody that went to a freak off Diddy party. I wonder if it's going to come out. Because there's some powerful people that were over there playing with Diddy, doing whatever is going off at that freak off house. And then what's going to happen? And what's crazy about the whole thing is when Cat Williams had his little episode that, or not his episode, but his podcast he did with Shannon Sharp, he was calling everybody out. And he was like, in 2024, all of them are going down. He called it. And that's the crazy part. Like, he just started name blasting all these people that are doing dirty shit. They're going down. And I'm all for it. Oh, yeah. Let's get these sick fuckers down. Right? Because, like, if you're looking at, like, videos that have been released of him adopting that homeless girl. And then, did you see it?
no.
Oh.
No.
So he adopts a homeless girl, right? And he's like, yep, I did it. I adopted a white girl. Tell him your name, right? And she's like, says her name and like, tell the story. And yeah, watch it. It is the most cringiest shit ever. So she's like, yeah, my last name's Combs now, right? And then he was kind enough to take me out the street and take me in to play with his kids. But where is she? As his other kids have all been, that's his actual children.
Yeah.
Now his adopted child.
The white child.
Yeah, the white girl. It was on the TikTok video. But adopted missing.
I don't want to
little
sign
girl.
in.
Not her. I don't think it's her. But anyways, so she goes off. Like, it's that video right there, right below. So that's her.
Right here.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Eva Baroni Combs? Yes, it's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you.
I'm already creeped out.
Parents that, but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Hey, but that's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody, we want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids. Charlize Theron, everybody that's ever adopted Sandra Bullock.
He's so weird.
I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out.
Also,
Yeah, like, what does that mean?
It's crazy out here online. So I played with the kids, and I got permission from your mother, and to say all of that, just make it, because it's crazy out here.
Well, I met Jesse.
Why does it seem like she's being forced to say these things?
it is.
He is. He did the same thing.
All four of us.
He did the same thing to Usher, right? Usher was the same way. Usher, his mom gave him up to P-Diddy. Justin Bieber.
Oh, yes.
Right? So Justin Bieber, he did all this stuff with Justin Bieber. And Justin Bieber now is like, obviously fucking destroyed, right? As a human being. Because all the shit he went to. And like, you can watch videos of like Justin Bieber himself. Like, I feel bad. Because like, when he was coming up, we were all just trashing this motherfucker, right? Like, all of them. Where like, every time, oh, look at this idiot, right? Punching a kid at a laser tag, like this moron, right? And then you start to see all the pieces start to fall together, and you're like, man, this poor bastard. It's not fair for us to sit there and judge because we don't understand that lifestyle, right? Like most of us grow up in a pretty normal home, right? And then being a child actor, which I think we discussed last time with a Quiet on Set, right? But it's just wild with all this stuff is coming out now, and I love it. I fucking love it. I don't love that it happened, right? And it's fucking horrible, and it's horrible for the children and the people that are just brutalizing children for their own sick, perverse ways. But I love that it is all coming out because they should just be shot, taken out back and shot. Just being a monster. So, but yeah, it's crazy. And I think they raided his house, handcuffed his kids who were involved in this crap too, right? There's videos now of like LeBron saying ain't no party like a P-Diddy party, right? And it's like, oh God, here we go. Like, what did LeBron do, And then all these videos that have come out with Usher and P-Diddy. Like, there's one where P-Diddy is braced up onto a table like this, and he's like, like bent over, and Usher is kind of blocking the view of what's behind him, and P. Diddy's like, yeah, like
oh my goodness.
So weird. And then the other thing, I think I saw. What did I see? Oh, there's a bunch of people like
just
saying
freak on. Come on.
like normal. I know. There's a bunch of people who I saw, or someone that I saw recently that said this was like, that was the most brutal force I've ever seen anybody take. And I said, do you not understand like there's no tolerance when it comes to human trafficking? Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Even like allegations that you were
for the rich and famous.
Right. And but then it's also like if you've been investigated, you're not just like they don't just like up and open their eyes and go, you know what? I'm going to raid someone's house today. Like, no, there's a whole investigation that goes. It's months and months and months of investigation.
And it's
that goes into stuff like that.
And then you can't just be like, okay, here's your search warrant, right? Because that gives them chance to it gives them chance to get rid of evidence. So you have to catch them, and then hopefully they catch them in the act, basically.
Obviously.
Because then it's just like, well, that's closed door case. So it's just people are so dumb. I just
and then it's like the other thing I thought about, like, if there's smoke, there's fire. Right?
Absolutely.
Like, there's no way that you're out here and then, again, they don't just open their eyes one day and decide to rip open your TVs, rip open the wall your TV's attached to, open every closet door, window, anything that's in your house, because they felt like it. That's like, this is brutality. I said, maybe, but also there would be no reason to do anything if nothing was going on.
Yeah, if you were just, a stand-up citizen instead of using all your power and money for evil, and it's just, it's unbelievable to me. Like, even if because I think he is not under arrest, but his sons are the ones that are currently. Well, his sons that have been detained or under arrest, whatever. But P. Diddy fled.
Right, at the time. Like, he's gone.
He knew, and he went down to like the Caribbean, and then there's, like I said, there's some reports where he was in Miami. I don't know how much of that is true.
Like, but on his plane.
Yeah, like he's out of the country.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm just like, okay, well, but then also just like, again, if there's smoke, there's fire. There's no reason to do stuff like that. And also, like, how can you like abandon your children? Like, you just leave your kids? But my point was before, though, is his sons are in jail. He might have fled, but it's also like, I mean, even if he had nothing to do with what's going on, still, right? There's still the idea of like, well, you had to know what was going on in your own home. You're never not there. You're not doing any work. Right, that's what I'm saying.
Guilty as hell.
It was his shit. It was P-Diddy's
Especially if
freak
there's-
off party. And
Especially if there's cameras all through the house
he
in
was
every
basically
room.
Bill Cosbying people.
Right.
Right?
Maybe not in the house, but maybe from a distance.
in
But
the
if you have
house.
access to cameras,
Yeah, he was Bill Cosbying people. Like,
right.
dudes.
So you're okay with what's going on in your home. Like you're thinking that like again, if you had nothing to do with it, but you have cameras in every room of that house, you don't know what's going on in your own home. And I know I know as like a black person, especially a black parent, you know what the fuck's going on in your house. Like you can't fool anybody. Even if you don't know that day and you're not born last night, you weren't born at night, you're born last night.
It was 100% him. 100%
you don't know what the
him.
fuck's
And
going
he's
on
had,
in your house.
like, there's videos of him with like Kevin Hart, like at the parties, and Kevin Hart hosting it basically, and it's just so so cringy and so weird. And
Right.
Denzel Washington even said like a Hollywood party is fun until the devil shows up.
Oh,
And people are insinuating that the devil is P-Diddy because he's gonna slip something in your drink and then he's gonna get what he wants.
Right. Which is your butt.
Which is your booty hole. Right? Which is, and then like they use that power of sex and manipulation, whatever, to be like, oh, you want to be rich and famous? Well, come on over here. Let me get it. Right.
Right. That's he's pulling an R. Kelly is what's happening.
Yeah.
Minus maybe not minus the
Jeffrey Epstein, anybody else that's involved in that. And this one might be more public now because the Jeffrey Epstein was not somebody that like was a household name. So Jeffrey
I didn't know who he was up until that whole thing happened.
Came out, right?
All the politicians that were involved.
Yeah. Well, I think
the
that was
politicians and all that stuff because he was a money manager or not a stockbroker, but he was basically like nobody knows what he was. He just basically was getting rich somehow.
He was the between guy for a lot of things.
Yeah, like he was involved with like Mud Jeans, I think, was the CEO of Mud Jeans. He was kind of like his boy toy.
Maybe.
It is so weird. Like the whole thing is weird. And then Bert Von Sun is the founder. I think that's Mud Jeans and Jeffrey Epstein.
Read somewhere that or heard I was listening to another podcast. I know, how dare I listen to another podcast, and they're talking about how they had also arrested P. Diddy's like drug dealer. I don't know if it might have been in the house at the same time, but he arrested his drug dealer, and we both know that drug dealer is saying everything.
Yeah,
all the tea is being spilled.
He's getting everything. So I just hope that there's not any hiding it because this is too much. This is too much where we've had two major groups of people that are involved in this human trafficking thing. Oh, and then by the way, guess what we have down at the border? Just a fucking human trafficking buffet. Right? Where you have a buffet of children coming across and just feeding these fucking monsters. So
you want to get into this country so bad, this is what you have to do.
Well, there's also like, did you see the Dr. Phil interview? So Dr. Phil goes down the border and these kids are coming across the border and they got numbers written on their arms, like phone numbers.
Yeah.
And it says, call this number, right? So they call that number. Whoever's at the border, they call this number. Do you know this kid? Yep. Okay. And they get in a van and drive away.
It's crazy.
Right. So Dr. Phil said, who's on the other line? Yeah, who's on the other line of this? Is this an actual family member? Is this somebody that is, viable, like a reliable person? Or is this, we're just shuffling kids off to be trafficked?
Whatever.
At our border. That is insane. That's insanity, right? So the world is officially lost its freaking mind. We've lost our mind. So and it is unbelievable. It's sad. It's terrifying. And hopefully one day it gets better. But I think it's not.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because we just talked about it before. Every week, something new, right? Every week, something new. And next week is what? Lunar eclipse. Or no, lunar solar eclipse. Solar eclipse. So,
yep.
What kind of chaos and crazy shit? Because what's happening also there, Joseph, my little conspiracy buddy, what else is happening on Monday?
What else is happening on Monday?
They're lighting the CERN machine off.
Oh, yeah.
So they're doing it. Why did they pick the solar eclipse day? Just to cause more chaos? Like,
absolutely.
I love that for you.
Don't love it for me. Love it for all of us, because if something goes wrong, which hopefully it doesn't, but
well, maybe they're trying to fix it, Jason.
Yeah, maybe they're
just
trying
back
to
into the right timeline.
Reverse, go back on the right timeline, right, in the multiverse. But
right now, we're in like the later seasons of Lost, and like we got to go back to the island. And
oh my god,
getting there.
I love that show. Even that last season that made no sense. I loved every second of it.
Loved it.
I only liked the first two or three seasons.
They were good
Because they were good, and I don't think they knew what direction they wanted to go in that show. It was just kind of like, let's just write these episodes, and then, let's just go from there. There was no. The story was given, but no ending was written, and it was the end of season 6, and it is like they're just fucking dead. Like I went through all this, and they're already dead, like living in purgatory. Like it makes zero sense. They answered no questions, right? There was very little questions. Answers. You got all these people on the island taking Arthur, right? You got all that, like taking the little boy. Then you got freaking the smoke cloud that moves around like it's the abyss.
That made no sense.
Right? You got the polar bear on the island, but they kind of teetered on it because there was a zoo there. But why
there was a zoo there?
Right. Then you got the guy that's living in the bunker.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then you got
they just like wrote
the island.
Yeah.
They wrote all this crazy stuff, and then the middle seasons are like, okay, why is all this stuff happening? Let's make up some stories. At the end, they're like, we're gonna tie it together by you're dead.
Right. And then saying everybody is dead, and then the island is purgatory. Great, awesome, thank you. But it again made no sense.
And then
we're gonna go into a lighthouse, and then we're gonna see everything.
They had the little steering wheel down the middle of the island that would pick the island up.
Oh yeah. What the hell was that? It's so stupid.
I loved it.
The steering wheel that would pick the island up and move it. I remember that.
Peak television.
It's peak something. Like it was. So I was on deployment. My Divo is like just a Lost fan, and the season 6 just came out on DVD, and he got it sent out to the ship, and so we burned through all seasons. And I was kind of like, where is this going? Like, what is happening? And then the end of season 6 happened. Like we watched it. I was like, what? Like,
the hell did I just watch?
Like, they're dead? Like, this is so dumb. Like, it made
me off. I watched it, I was in college, and we watched it, which was 1,000 years ago at this point. It was like me and I promise you 20 or 30 people just locked in our student, in our lounge area on our floor. And we watched every season for it was the whole day. And we all just sat there. I'm like, what am I watching?
Yeah, I'm not high enough for this shit.
What? Did we learn something? I'm confused now. It was so weird.
Didn't they hit the lost numbers in the lottery?
Yeah, that was Hugo. It was the numbers, and then he.
No, but in real life.
Oh, okay, maybe. Oh, Hurley, not Hugo. Wrong thing.
January 2011.
Yeah, he ran the numbers and then he won.
Did he die?
Who? The actor that played Hurley? I thought I saw him in something recently.
Jorge Garcia.
He's 50.
Still alive?
Yeah.
Why? Why? Because he's a little overweight. You assume he's fat. You assume he's fat. You assume he's dead.
Yes.
You just assume this overweight person is fat.
Wow, rude. That's rude and hurtful.
This overweight person's fat. Yeah. Yeah. It was. Yeah. I just thought he died. But anyways, but yeah. So I don't know.
You're thinking of the guy who played Hagrid, who looked just like him.
Died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Died.
He died, girl.
Yeah, but he was like 7'9", you know, so and like probably.
No, he
700 pounds.
he was not. That was all CGI from Harry Potter.
It wasn't CGI.
He was. Joe, can you please look it up?
It was a practical effects robot.
That he like stood inside.
He didn't.
Wait, what?
Yeah, did you know that? It was a practical effects animatronics robot that they controlled the. So when
Why
they
are
did
your caps lock on?
when they did because he's yelling.
I know.
When he did the face up, it was the actor, right? But when he was like moving around and shit, it was like somebody controlling it.
Hagrid, Hagrid, not Haggard. Again, I love that for you.
Stand by to shoot, please.
When we start a new film, you put it on and think,
Wait a minute.
I'm back. This is great. But the suit itself has changed a great deal. When it started out, the head
Why?
was what we called a dead head. It was just this sort of mixture of fiberglass and silicone to make it look like Hagrid's head.
Then on the second movie, we
Something in a million pounds.
Why did they have to? Why did they have to make a head?
Movement.
Was he so tall?
That is unbelievable.
And the head started to come to life.
Yikes.
My God. Okay. Now I feel like I have to go back and watch it. See if I can tell it's a robot or not.
And smile.
By the third film, we put a voice activation system into it so that Martin
Well,
could
they
say
gotta
the lines and the mouth would move.
Touch that up with CGI and stuff. There's no way.
Oh, well, yeah.
My sister completely freaked out when she saw them. She saw a row of 5 of them. And she's sitting beside me, she's going, oh my.
We don't need you anymore.
It's
We
such a
have
work of
5
art.
heads of you.
The detail, and you see, I mean, every hair
Why?
is punched into
Why?
that head. So you needed
Tell me why.
Yes, and
Because they needed it.
make very, very Team Hagrid.
So
I've been working with these guys now for 10 years and make very, very strong friendships. They're a
Joe.
great group.
Yes, thank you.
So it's a nice way of working, and the suit is great. But the trick is that you're never going to film that close.
Freaks me out.
I don't remember that scene.
Close, you use Robbie.
Neither do I.
You combed your hair.
As a matter of fact, I have.
And of course, that actually makes complete sense because it's his performance, his character.
First years, come this way, please. Come on now.
But as with all good visual tricks, it's a mixture. Sometimes you can do it in camera.
I'm like, what are you laughing about over there?
Look at your old
And be
face, like your
closer
brains
to
are
the
breaking.
actor.
Like,
And
Because this is my childhood and you've now
I don't
ruined
know
it.
which one's
ruining
real.
Is as
I'm just enlightening you. I didn't ruin it. It's not like I said.
I need you to
guy,
keep
like,
your-
lost a toenail
Nice
from
way-
it or something. But like,
I need you to keep your old man opinions to yourself.
I didn't
Okay.
have an opinion. I was just telling you the facts that he wasn't CGI. He was practical.
A
effects.
robot. Aw, thanks.
So essentially, he's like Darth Vader, right? Darth Vader wore a mask. David Prowse played him. He's like 6'9", right? And James Earl Jones did the voice. It's the same concept. So this guy plays Hagrid or Hagrid or whatever the hell his name is. Hagrid, right? With a little robot suit. And then old boy does the voice for him. That's all it is. It's the same
But
concept.
they still touch it up.
I don't know if they.
Because look at like that is
His face.
that's flesh.
Right.
Well, it's been touched up.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Who is this guy?
Don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure because that's
Are
in
you
Hollywood.
assuming that fat guy's obese? What did you say earlier?
Yeah.
Are you assuming this slightly overweight man is fat? That's
Yeah. I'm pretty sure because that movie was filmed in Hollywood and there was children there. It was probably horrible for the children. I can't wait.
I thought there
till
was 2 children. I thought 2 children played Haggard.
I think we're just gonna have to CGI all the children in future movies, so these freaking Hollywood weirdos.
Two
don't
little
molest them.
people.
That's what I
I
think we
know.
need to do.
In the perfect world, there's no children at all.
Yeah, just CGI children into it, right? Just have AI play children.
Honestly, they did that with Polar Express. Just do the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. We'll just CGI
Yeah.
children and protect the children from the monsters of Hollywood. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Right.
And didn't that movie wig you out too?
No, I loved Harry Potter
I'm not-
movies.
I'm not
Good.
Harry Potter. I'm talking about the what's the
What, Polar Express?
yes, that movie.
One of my
that's
favorite
like
Christmas
Uncanny
movies.
Valley weird stuff. Like now,
Right.
we don't do that anymore.
Those kids' faces were so weird.
That's what I'm
But
saying. That's what I thought it was a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying like just the animation of the movie and the characters just kind of.
well, it wasn't like Disney or Pixar where they actually, do a good job with facial animation of children. It's just, some random
Yeah, they have a
backwoods
lot of
animation
practice
studio.
messing with children.
Jeez.
All right, relax.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Can't Diddy just like CGI some children? Be good. Be done with it.
Well, I mean,
For real.
I think it's everything because he has a taste for all the flavors, right? And he doesn't care. He doesn't care what it is. I'm just saying.
Ew.
Like
Yikes.
that's just the fact. And
He said it tastes for all the flavors.
I wish he was on that bridge.
All the y'alls.
You wish P-Diddy was on the bridge?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be crazy if he's like, I gotta get, I gotta get the fuck out of here, right? He's like, and they're like, there's only your plane is in Baltimore, but you got to go over the
Fakes his death.
695, right? So he just goes over this bridge. It's two birds with one stone, right? Like
It was all.
it was all a dream. I used to.
I just think it was funny. Like even like just later that morning, all of like the conspiracy theories were coming out about the Key Bridge, and I was just like, I'm like, is that what I sound like?
Yeah.
Like, do I sound that?
What were the
fucking
conspiracy?
stupid?
give me an idea. What was one of them?
that it was like a false flag for something else going on,
Yeah.
or like it was
a
you know
terrorist
it's
attack. It was done on purpose.
terrorist
It was
attack.
yeah, because all the hazmat goes this way. Now it's going to reroute this, and
Like it's on purpose.
yeah. Well, I think that like TikTok and social media, just in general, is just a modern day tabloid.
Yeah, and like, oh yeah, it was like, and all these armchair engineers, bridge shouldn't come down like that.
I know.
It's
It's
like the steel's falling. Like you can clearly see the dynamite charges in
you can see
there.
the
Like, yeah.
explosions. It's like there's like electrical like wires going in
Yeah.
there for the lights, and then like when
Yeah.
metal breaks, it actually like creates dust because there's shit sitting on there, sea salt and all kinds of stuff that's happening that's
Yeah.
formed onto this corrosion and everything else is popping on poop, bird shit, human shit.
Right.
It's Baltimore, who knows, right? It might be somebody shitting on top of the bridge, right? So then you have like it breaks, right? So fragments and dust and everything else is going to come off, but they're like, hey, it's explosion. It's like how else would it happen? And what do you mean how else would it happen? A
Right.
giant 90,000 ton vehicle ran into a cement pillar. Once that pillar lost its, what it does, the rest of the bridge fell like popsicle
It's
sticks.
crazy. Like for just like a singular moment, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe some of the things that I have conspiracies about are just an accident. And I was like, no, that cannot be correct. But since that was last like almost 2 weeks ago, and I worked really hard on it, we're gonna finish up with my game that I made. It's called "You Don't Know Shit About Bridges."
You have
Where
a
I
game
test
called,
my
hold on,
friends.
do we need music? Hold on.
We need music and music to it.
Hold on,
You
here. Is this it?
keep up a do,
Is this where my music is at?
bro.
You're not gonna hear it, but wait, where's my
Okay.
music at? Hold on. I thought I made it in here. Game show music. All right, here you go. Ready? Just dance along. Coming up next, you don't know shit about bridges, hosted by Joe. There you go. We're up.
I love it.
Oh, rough. Just the way your mother likes it to be.
All right, welcome
Here we go.
everybody to You Don't Know Squat About Bridges,
Yay!
a game.
Okay.
Let's
Do we
go
get the
ahead. How do you
rules,
guys feel?
or-
You guys feel like you know
Will you let him speak so he can
bridges,
explain it?
engineering, and historical things?
Got it.
All right, go ahead. We're ready. So
Are
it's a
you-
quiz show.
Okay, let's go. All right, that's fine. All right, let's. How do I control this? This is Google freaking slides. There we go.
You said, how do you control this?
I've never used Google Slides before.
I love it.
All right, your first question. What is the primary physical principle that allows arch bridges to hold up weight? Is it A, tension, B, gravity, C, compression, or D, levitation?
I'm gonna
C.
go with C. Compression.
You both say C. The answer is yes, compression. Arch bridges work primarily through compression, which pushes the construction materials together, allowing the bridge to bear weight efficiently.
Hold on. I gotta do the good answer thing. I think this is it. Hey, we got it. All right, cool. Next.
Good job, guys.
Thanks. I know stuff.
I know stuff.
We love bridges. We love bridges.
Love bridges.
All right. Which bridge is often called the coat hanger due to its design? Is this the Sydney Harbor Bridge, Brooklyn Bridge, Tower Bridge, or the Bridge to Nowhere?
I don't know this one. Maybe the Brooklyn Bridge?
Maybe the Sydney Harbor?
Well, we got one smart ass. It's Sydney
Yeah.
Harbor Bridge.
Nice.
Because they think it looks like a coat hanger. I'm not quite sure about that. Looks like a
see
bridge
the
to
little
me.
flag, then I've been there. Right on the other side of it.
Cool.
You can walk up there. They have little walking tours up there. It's pretty cool.
Well, you can walk on the Brooklyn Bridge too.
No, I mean up on the very top of the coat hanger.
Oh, yeah, you're like
Hell
strapped
no.
to it,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Aren't you like strapped to it? Yeah,
they have
I've seen
little
that.
things. Yeah, do little walking tours. Pretty cool.
Crazy.
Beautiful over there.
Wow.
Just don't do it when cargo ships are going through. All right, next.
Never again.
Too soon, Jason.
All
Too
right.
soon.
What is a cantilever bridge? Is it a bridge supported by structures anchored at only one end? A bridge that can be retracted or drawn up? A bridge that floats on water? Or a bridge made entirely out of cantaloupes?
Oh, that's it. That's the answer.
Cantaloupe
I
Bridge.
think it's cantilever. I think that's B.
Yeah, I would. It's either. Yeah, I would say B.
You both are going B?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No? Okay. Well, you're wrong. It is,
Damn.
cantilever
No, we
bridges
suck.
are built using by projecting beams called cantilevers, each of which is supported only at one end to form or underpin the main span. You
Oh.
see this picture, like it's
Got it.
that. It's that.
Okay.
So
Which is that's the key bridge, isn't it? Was a cantilever bridge?
no.
No. Okay. Never mind. Never mind.
I think I have that in here somewhere.
Oh, okay.
All right. What is a Bailey Bridge?
Oh my God.
Is it a bridge designed for the exclusive use of royalty? A portable prefabricated truss developed for the military use during World War II? C, a bridge known for its unique construction using Bailey leaves? Or is it a bridge that only appears under a full moon?
I'm gonna go with B. I
think
B.
I think it's clearly B.
Wow, I was gonna say, if Jason, if you didn't know this one, so this is the team you almost got me to join. Was this the bees? What are they called?
The CBs.
CBs.
Yep.
They build bridges for you before you go kill people.
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, can I go back?
Wait, I almost got you to join the CBs.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I bet you guys don't notice, but I'm gonna let you know a little secret.
Right.
There is a tank on this bridge.
Yeah.
What?
Oh wow!
Oh, I thought
You
that was
can't
a
even
bush.
see me.
Yeah.
You can't even see me.
It's crazy.
And
That's crazy.
That bluish.
It's cool.
All right, cool. Thanks
Awesome,
for pointing
guys.
that
Good
out.
job.
Right.
Oh, you guys both get a point for that. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Which bridge collapsed in 2001 due to a ship collision, highlighting the importance of navigational safety around bridges? Was it A, the Queen Isabella Causeway in Texas? B, the Pont de Normandy in France?
You know I'm French.
Is
What's the
it
problem?
C, the Tower Bridge in London? Or is it the Rainbow Bridge made of candy in a children's storybook?
It's not the Rainbow Bridge, because that's where dead animals cross to get to heaven.
Oh, there's no candy on that one. That one's made of
Dead
fur.
people. All right. I don't know.
I think it's the one in Texas. A.
We'll go with B since she said A. I really don't know the answer to this one.
It's
All
Tower
right,
Bridge.
Nicole with the lead.
There you go.
Yeah,
Good
fuck.
job.
The Queen Isabella
Thank
Causeway
you.
partially collapsed due to a ship collision, emphasizing the significance of maintaining navigational safety in areas surrounding the bridges. As you can see, there's clearly a places for ships to go through, but
Right.
they went through.
They went through the other way. Yeah.
Mm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did they say how long that took to get repaired?
I didn't look.
Give you a wrong answer on that one. Thank you.
Because honestly, that's extremely similar to what we're looking
It's
at right
very
now.
similar, but like, that's
yeah.
definitely a shorter section. So I would say that's
Right,
like
yeah, of course.
10 car lengths.
Yeah, I think I'd
Given
agree
there's
with
no
you.
damage to the rest of those piers, they probably could have fixed that, but who knows? I'm no bridge engineer. I just make quizzes about it.
Yep. There we go.
Very good. Very good. All right. The term spandrel is associated with which type of bridge? I cannot speak. Is it a beam
Arch.
bridge, a cantilever bridge, an arch bridge, or an inflatable bridge?
Arch.
Yeah,
C.
so I was thinking.
Got 2 for C. Oh, you guys see the right answer.
We got the right answer.
Spandrels are the spaces between the curve of the arch and the framework of an arch bridge, often filled with a solid material or left open. So, like this photo, is a solid cement, holds up the bridge on either side. I'm pointing it with my pen. So it's just like it's that area that holds it up from where it's connected.
Good job.
Yeah, good job, guys. All right, the famous Ponte Vecchio in Florence is known for having what unique feature? It has shops built along it. It has invisible supports. It has a double-decker walkway. Or it's a slide. It has a slide for quick descent.
A.
Okay. Yeah, maybe C.
Oh, we got Jason sneaking back up on here.
Hey,
Damn it.
Yeah, that's a famous bridge there.
Famous
cool.
bridge shops built on its edges, which was common practice in medieval times, but now
makes
mostly
sense.
it's unique to this bridge. We should bring that
cool.
back.
Yeah.
There's probably a good pie shop in there we could go to.
Yes, please.
Pie.
You got me a pie.
Italian pie.
Yep. Okay.
Cream pie.
Cream pie?
I got my theatrical rep.
Gross.
Okay, cool. Also, let's go to the next question. You guys are doing great. In bridge construction, what is the purpose of a pier? A, to serve as a platform for fishing.
Well,
B,
yes, but
to support the ends of the bridge. C, to provide structural support in the water or ground. Or D, to showcase local artwork.
C.
Yeah, I think it's C.
Both say C, and the answer is C. Piers are the vertical structures that support the ends of a bridge span and transfer the load to the ground or a bedrock underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. It's coming down to the last question.
Okay.
Jason, if you get this right, you tie.
Oh.
Nicole,
Wait,
if
am
you
I
get
still
it right?
It's like fucking your sister.
Okay.
Nicole, if you get it right and Jason gets it wrong, you win.
Oh.
Or if you both get it wrong, Nicole wins.
The draw.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
Either way, I win.
All right. Which bridge was famously sold by con artist George C. Parker multiple times? Was it the Golden Gate Bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge, the London Bridge, or the Bridge to Terabithia?
Well, this Terabithia is a book.
That's my final answer. I think it's B,
Jason says
Brooklyn
B.
Bridge. Don't you dare Google. She's looking down. Don't you dare Google. Hands up.
I'm like, for some reason, the Golden Gate like rings a bell, but I don't think that's right. So I think it's because I'm gonna go with B.
Pick D.
You're going both B.
That's a book, dumbass.
I know.
I read it. We read it in school.
Congratulations!
Yay!
There we
Both
go.
got a point, which means Nicole wins this game. Yes,
There we
Mr.
go.
Parker is infamous for selling the Brooklyn Bridge to unsuspecting immigrants in the early 20th century. One of the most famous confidence tricks. He went to jail for life. So I'm glad he enjoyed his money while he had. Those people are freaking idiots.
Yeah.
You want
I
to buy a
don't know any
bridge?
better. They're like, oh yeah,
How
I'll
do
buy a
you-
bridge. It's America.
But how
the
do
land
you
of
even-
opportunity. You never know, right? Well, that was good. Thank you, Joe. We're gonna end it with the old music.
That's good.
Here we go. Thank you for watching another episode of You Don't Know Shit About Bridges. And Nicole is the winner.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And we're back. All right, cool.
Good job.
That's
Good
good.
job. I was so mad when we didn't film last week. I was like, I made a PowerPoint.
All right, well, I think that was a good little episode. Stay tuned next week until the next catastrophe that comes out, and make sure that if you're watching the solar eclipse, you don't stare directly at it. We will have some. I think we have 80% coverage in our area, so it'd be pretty cool to see. Right, so make sure you get the sunglasses. Right, we do not condone you staring at the sun just in general, but definitely don't.
And make sure the box in the hole, or
well, you could do that. The box in the hole. I also make sure you check your glasses to make sure they are ISO standard for eclipses, because it will burn your retina.
Yeah, nobody likes to
and
burn.
Don't try to film it with like a camera, because it will mess up your camera.
So just in case you need to look it up, it's ISO standard 12312-2. So just look it up.
All right, and if you didn't write that down, just hit the rewind and we'll post it here, just big flashing ISO standard numbers across the screen when I do my final edit, right? But thanks again for listening, and hit that like, subscribe, and follow. Hit that notification link so you can see when we go live. Hopefully we won't have a 2-week break next week, right? And that's my fault. Sorry.
Jason.
Yeah, that's my fault. I admit it, right? But
all of our fault.
Both times, by the way.
No, we got stood up one time by you. But anywho.
Recently, how dare you?
How dare you? All right, y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sorry.